Jefferson Davis in 1858 said this: African slavery, as it exists in the southern states, is essential to the production of those great staples which form the principal basis of the commerce of the world. Here's Mr. Hollywood himself, Mr. Fake, I want to break into a press conference just to get arrested and get a viral moment, Alex Padilla in 2025. Trump's cruel raids are bad for the economy. They are on track to cost billions in lost productivity and tax revenue. We literally have the best border in the history of our country. It's the third straight month of zero. Let me repeat that. Zero. Goose egg illegal entries into the interior of our country. Borders are Tom Homan, President Trump, ICE, the Border Patrol are doing a phenomenal job. You've got people like Hunter Biden losing their absolute mind, dropping F-bombs, saying, who's going to clean your effing garden? Who's going to clean your effing dishes in your house, etc. Jasmine Crockett saying, we're not picking your cotton anymore, so don't expect us to do it. This is what the Democrats think of you. They're the same Democrats who fought President Lincoln, the founder of the Republican Party, for launching the 13th Amendment, as well as abolishing slavery with the Emancipation Proclamation, which was pretty much what the Civil War was all about. Are the Democrats just going back to their roots, or are they just exposing who they truly are? Speaking of exposing Democrats for the hypocrites that they are, I'm going to share with you Kamala Harris's pathetic interview with Stephen Colbert. I know it's going to be difficult to watch, but we have to share it. It is newsworthy. It is momentous, especially what she says, or rather doesn't say, about the Democrat Party. Also, President Trump has just gave orders to 2 nuclear submarines to get into a specific position based on comments made by former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev. I'm going to play for you his entire statement, as well as a clip of what he says to the press. You don't want to miss this. Also, Elon Musk dips his toes into the Epstein pool with another huge declarative statement that is breaking the internet. And then last but not least, well, actually 2 things. I'm going to share with you the beauty of community notes, the beauty of free speech, an open forum, the free market, capitalism, the First Amendment of our Constitution of these United States of America. Senator Slotkin gets community noted, and it is pure poetry. Pure poetry. I can't wait to share that with you. And then the last thing I'm going to share with you is this beautiful clip of President Trump and what he did with the White House interns. You don't want what you're about to hear is a broken human being. What you're about to get is a reminder that America dodged not just a bullet, but an atomic missile. I can't even imagine where we would be right now if this wholly unqualified DEI pick would have actually cheated harder and won the 2024 election. America, we are so lucky. I can only play for you the audio because this demonic Paramount CBS company will throw us a copyright strike, even though every other network understands that we're a news commentator channel. But just listen to this. I promise you at the end, it'll be worth it.
Yesterday, you made an announcement that you're not running for the governor of California.
Correct.
Even though in early polling, you beat every other candidate by double digits. Yeah. You said you're going to sit this one out. Why are you sitting this one out? Are you saving yourself for a different office that might be?
No.
That's what everybody, obviously.
I know, but honestly,
obviously people project onto their hopes and dreams.
And honestly, that it's more perhaps basic than that. Listen, I am a devout public servant. I have spent my entire career in service of the people. And I thought a lot about running for governor. I love my state. I love California. I've served as just elected district attorney, attorney general, and senator. But to be very candid with you, when I was young in my career, I had to defend my decision to become a prosecutor with my family. And one of the points that I made is, why is it then when we think we want to improve a system or change it, that we're always on the outside on bended knee or trying to break down the door? Shouldn't we also be inside the system? And that has been my career. And recently I made the decision that for now, I don't want to go back in the system. I think it's broken. I think there's so much, there are so many good people who are public servants, who do such good work, teachers and firefighters and police officers and nurses and scientists. And so,
oh my God, this is so, I know it's difficult. I know you're probably cringing right now. First of all, she says she's a devout public servant. She loves California. She hasn't once mentioned anything about the LA fire, the worst disaster that the state of California, my home state, has ever experienced, the worst fire disaster. She hasn't mentioned anything about the $100 million missing from the fire aid concert. Why hasn't she? If she's a devout public servant and she wants to fix by the way, it's a broken system because you lost, because you're unqualified, because you were asked a poignant question, what would you change and do differently other than your predecessor, Joe Biden? And you said, I can't think of anything. And you got doctored interviews on CBS, which they got sued and lost. And you had one task as the VP, which was to be the border czar, and you literally cataclysmically initiated the worst border crisis in the history of our country. And they're applauding this vermin when she says scientists, when now everything's coming out about the Fauci fraud and the fact that he lied that it came from a wet market or whatever, that actually did come from the Wuhan Virology Institute. This is like it makes me just, it's so unreal to me that people are applauding this. And Colbert, thank God you can't see his facial expression, but his facial expression is like, my God, I'm so proud of this woman. Oh, she should have been president. It's awful. Oh my God. A good portion of our country has completely lost the farm. Lost the farm. She is an insufferable imbecile, like an insufferable imbecile, point blank, period.
I believe, and I always believed, that as fragile as our democracy is, our systems would be strong enough to defend our most fundamental principles. And I think right now that they're not as strong as they need to be, and I just don't want to, for now, I don't want to go back in the system. I want to travel the country, I want to listen to people, I want to talk with people, and I don't want it to be transactional where I'm asking for their vote.
Well, I got to say, I want to talk about the book, but just to go back to what you just said, is that I have to say, as someone who is very qualified for the presidency, a senator, attorney general of California, a vice president of the United States, and then a very hopeful and dynamic presidential candidate for the 107 days that you had to run, to hear you say that it's broken, to hear you say that our systems aren't strong enough, is harrowing.
Well, but it's also evident, isn't it?
No, it is.
And it is.
It is harrowing. There's almost no curse word bad enough.
But it doesn't mean we give up. That's not my point.
Okay, because that's what I'm hearing. Like you don't want to be part of the fight anymore.
No, oh, absolutely not. I am always going to be part of the fight.
Okay,
that is not going to change. I am absolutely going to be part of the fight.
Yeah.
But I think that we have to acknowledge and agree that, look, the power is with the people. That has always been the ideal.
The system is broken because I lost. The system is broken because I couldn't cheat hard enough. She didn't win a single state, not one single state that required voter ID. She didn't flip a single county. She didn't transition a single region from red to blue. This imbecile Colbert has the audacity to say you were very qualified? How? In what way? I dare you, anybody, especially if you're a liberal watching this, because I know you guys watch this show. Give me just one. I dare you. Just give me just one accomplishment. Besides being female, and I I don't know. I guess she's black, even though sometimes she says she's Asian, she's Indian. She has a Jamaican accent one day. I don't know what she is. Give me one accomplishment. Give me one accomplishment in the comments right now of this wholly qualified presidential candidate. The translation, just to put it all in a nutshell, is I know I'm going to lose. I said this back in 2024. This is her only hope of ever becoming president, because back in 2020, she had to bow out in the first round of the primaries. Her approval ratings were so bad. Her numbers were so bad. So the only way that she had an opportunity was if they just slot her in there by bypassing any kind of constitutional vote, which is exactly what they did. She's broken. Trump broke her. Now she's going to go on a privatized, make money tour, and I guarantee you she's going to come back in 2028, but she's not going to win. She's going to lose, because there's got to be somebody. There's got to be somebody new. There's the Democrats, they don't have anybody. Just watch this. This proves everything.
Democrats at this point are historically divided. It is a complete and utter mess. It is messier than a hoarder's basement. What are we talking about here? The national early poll leader, 25% plus. Normally, that's where Democrats are. Biden was at 25% plus in 2020. Hillary Clinton was in 08 and 16. Gore was in 00 and 04. At this particular point, there is no one in the Democratic race for president who's polling at 25% plus. The water is quite warm. If you're a Democrat potentially thinking about running in 2028, jump right in, because at this point, there is no front runner.
What do you think? Is that because how people view the Democratic Party right now, is that contributing to this?
Yeah, I think that is in large part of what's going on, is one of the reasons why there is no front runner. Nobody wants to put anybody up at the top of their ballot list, is because at this particular point, the Democratic brand is in the basement. It is total and complete garbage in the mind of the American public. The Democratic Party's net favorable rating, record lows in all three. Wall Street Journal, 30 points underwater. CNN, 26 points underwater. Gallup, 26 points underwater. And that is being driven in large part by discontent within the Democratic base. The Democratic base wants something different. We'll ultimately end up seeing who they choose. It'll be quite the thing who ultimately gets the rose.
I'm not going to play it for you, but she was also asked by Colbert, who do you think is the leader of the Democrat Party? And she kind of hedged, and he was like, well, somebody's got to be a leader, right? And then she gave some ridiculous word salad answer like, I don't think it should be on one person's shoulders. I think we all need to shoulder the responsibility, with this ridiculous, pathetic applause. Oh, it just absolutely is garbage. Okay, Trump posted this today. I'm just going to read this. Based on the highly provocative statements of the former president of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev. Now, if you don't know what he said, former President Medvedev said every time Trump gives an ultimatum, it is a call, one more step closer to a call to war, which, I mean, that's pretty provocative. If you ask me, I'd like to get your thoughts on this. Let me know in the comments down below. Based on the highly provocative statements, Trump continues, of the former president of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev, who is now the deputy chairman of the Security Council of the Russian Federation, I have ordered 2 nuclear submarines to be positioned in the appropriate regions. In the appropriate regions. That's kind of esoteric. Just in case these foolish and inflammatory statements are more than just that. Words are very important and can often lead to unintended consequences. I hope this will not be one of those instances. Thank you for your attention to this matter. The hairs on the back of my neck rose when I first found out about this earlier today. Here's a clip of Trump talking about it.
Okay, nuclear submarine. Oh yeah, well, we had to do that. We just have to be careful. And a threat was made, and we didn't think it was appropriate, so I have to be very careful. So I do that on the basis of safety for our people. A threat was made by a former president of Russia, and we're going to protect our people.
That, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Americans and global citizens, that is what F around and find out looks like. How dare you, Medvedev? How dare you say these ultimatums by Trump are going to lead to war when you know he's been nothing but generous, nothing but lenient since the day he stepped foot into office, and he could do a whole lot worse. He's giving you days and days to come up with a decision, 50 days, God knows what. Biden already was against you. Obama was already opposed to you. You have a chance to make an ally, make a friend. You have a chance to end this. He also posted something earlier today, hundreds of thousands of new deaths. This war is so absurd. It's Biden's war. Trump's trying to stop it. He's the deal maker. He's doing everything America first. He's made deals all over the world. And this is all on you, Medvedev and Putin. This is all on you. It's time to stop. Enough is enough. Nobody likes it. Ukrainians don't like it. Russians don't like it. The world doesn't like it. We're not going to help you out anymore. We're not going to send any more weapons to anybody. It's done. It's finished. It's over. Get it done with. Come to the table. He's not even coming to the table. I never trusted Putin. Tucker seemed to trust Putin a lot more than I think most people wanted to admit or agree to, but I never trusted this guy. This guy's ex-KGB. He's been president for over 30 years. He's offed so many people that have voiced any sort of dissent to him and his regime. So I think Trump is being more than generous. And I was a little bit scared and nervous when I first heard about this. But now it's just me, saying, you know what? Trump is just saying, hey, if you're going to say things like this, I'm not Biden. You're not talking to no vegetable in chief. I'm the real deal. I'm a commander in chief of the greatest army and the greatest country man has ever known. You don't want to find out because right now you're effing around. Okay, our next story. The Epstein thing is just not going away. We've got a whole lot of news coming out about Ghislaine Maxwell that I'm going to probably have to commit to in a different video. It's really, really big news. But Elon Musk, remember when he said that Trump was on the list? Well, apparently the FBI reported that President Trump's name is going to be redacted, along with those of other prominent public figures from the Epstein files. This is per Bloomberg reports, and I've also verified this from other sources. Somebody posted, when a Democrat becomes president, they'll unredact these names. And then look at what Elon Musk posted. No, they won't. He responded to that post on X saying, no, they won't, because major Dems and their donors are on the list too. So it seems to me, call me crazy, is Musk just playing games here? Or does he know, has he actually seen this list? Because with all intents and purposes, it seems like he has seen the list and he knows who's on the list. And if there's anybody who has the balls to release it or has the balls to say something out loud, it's him. And he keeps dropping these very, very cryptic, sort of hints all the time, especially when he was in a little beef or squabble with Trump, which I was proud of our president for not kind of retaliating and reciprocating. And then Musk apologized. But man, Elon, if you know something, drop it. We're all ready for this. Otherwise, shut up. But, I don't know. What do you guys think of this? It's breaking the internet, what Musk said. It's going viral. I'd love to get your thoughts on this. Let me know in the comments down below. In our next story of utter hypocrisy, Senator Alyssa Slotkin posted on X, last night I unfortunately missed a vote series on 2 joint resolutions of disapproval regarding the sale of weapons to Israel. But she never gave a reason why. She makes it sound like I've struggled with this. This is a really big thing. I owe it to my state to make it clear where I stand. It's so important to me, like all these hypocrites. You know where she was? She says no one leader should do significantly threaten the long-term security of the state of Israel. I'm so sad that I missed this. And the community note, Senator Slotkin missed the votes to appear on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Hey, Senator Slotkin, why'd you fail to mention that? You make it sound like this is really important to you. Was it that important that you decided to go to a crappy, disgusting, repulsive, canceled show over this huge historic vote, as you say? This right here. The reason I'm sharing this is if we didn't have X, which is really the last bastion of free speech, it is the digital town square. If we didn't have this, you can say what you will about Elon, and I've got a lot to say about him, even though I love him to death. The fact that he bought Twitter and turned it into X and turned it into literally the only place left for free speech, we would never have this. And now you've got Mark Zuckerberg and other platforms now following suit and adding their own version of community notes. Community notes is the truth. It's basically truth crowdsourced. And it has to be the truth crowdsourced from people who usually have opposing views. That's what makes it so legitimate. The free market. The people are able to fact check, not these ridiculous networks that are all bought and owned and propagandized. I love it. And this is a perfect example of how this community notes works. In this last story, I just wanted to share this and end this video on a nice uplifting note for the weekend. So many people lie about President Trump. So many people say that he's narcissistic, he's selfish, he doesn't care. And it's been debunked a million times. I played a video recently of so many accounts of how people think that Trump is the most empathetic person, actually, they've ever met. And here's just more proof. President Trump took time out of his super busy schedule to shake hands and talk with each and every single White House intern. These are young people. These are the future of America, maybe the future of Washington. And these kids will never, ever forget this. Watch this. I just thought that was a really cool thing to end the video on. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below of all the stories that we shared today. I can't wait to hear from you. Tap that thumbs up if you love America. Doesn't cost you a thing, but it helps us out immeasurably. You could even do it on your remote right here. I see you eyeing this one-of-a-kind made in the USA Nez Nation design. You can get this and a whole lot more merch in our link in the pinned comment and description of our merch shop. Go check that out. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here, just in case you missed them. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It's free. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.